It was ugly. I mean, John, honestly, you've gotten very lucky that your New Year's Day is not going to be just having to sit down and watch football games of teams that you don't care about, and you've done yourself some good by not watching the rest the 2.5 quarters after that, because there's really nothing else that happened. Oklahoma continued to play the way Oklahoma has.
Yeah.
It was a long flight back for Alabama, and so it was one in which that. The season kind of went the way it was. I'm honestly shocked that DeBoer is not the head coach of Michigan just yet because of how quickly he kind of got out of the locker room after the loss. I don't even know if he did a press conference. It was
so
yeah.
At the end of the day, they did end up losing that game, right?
No, they actually came back and won.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, they won the game?
It was actually outlandishly crazy about how it happened, to be honest with you. Basically what Oklahoma did through the first quarter and a half that you watched, none of that happened in the rest of the game. It was almost like Oklahoma just absolutely forgot to do anything. And Alabama came back. I will tell you that John Mateer's probably his best pass of the game went for a touchdown. It just was for Alabama.
Damn.
I don't even know what he was throwing at. I mean, look, I know what I assume I know what the route was. The route was most likely an option route. Mateer saw the way that the defense was set up. He thought that his wide receiver was going to come in for a hook route. Instead, he went in for the streak, and instead, Mateer threw the hook. And the only person that was sitting there was Brown.
Yeah.
And then Brown had nobody in front of him. Like, it was one of those interceptions that when you get it, you start to look around you like, are they – plays dead. Like, it was, there's no way. Do I keep running? Like,
was there a whistle?
I mean, it was like, is this legal? Like, what I do? Like, it was one of those. Like, you're running, and at the same time you're running, you're trying to find the scoreboard. Like, is anybody behind me? Like, how far ahead am I? Like, that's the way it felt.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No, I'm just joking. I watched every second of that Alabama-Oklahoma game.
Multiverse, what he was talking about.
Well, I feel like there were probably a few people that were just sick of it. I mean, 17-0, it just was not looking like it was going to go Alabama's way. It felt kind of like the Georgia game just a week, 2 weeks ago, where, Alabama gets behind, and in the past, a 14-point deficit isn't nothing to really scoff at. Alabama could come back. They've done it before against that same Georgia team, and now against an Oklahoma team that they haven't beaten in the last 2 years. But then you just see the way that they started installing their offensive plays, the plans, the players that they got involved. The defensive side of the ball just said, hey, Oklahoma, you mind if we steal your homework? And Oklahoma said, sure, why not? And that's exactly what happened. The interception that John Mateer threw that really kickstarted the tide, even though this was after the punt or the block punt, as well as the lots.
I think the block punt had a lot more to do with it.
It was huge.
Yeah, the block punt, I think, had a bigger. Now, the other one was just total miscommunication.
Yeah.
And if it had been 17-0 and that happened, and you're like, okay, it's 17-7, no big deal.
Yeah.
But this was where everything outside of the Alabama offense, which, again, Alabama offense was doing okay. It was when everything outside of the Alabama offense started going against you. Special teams started showing up for Alabama. The defense started being able to show up. They started shadowing John Mateer. They started making sure that the run game was not there. Mateer, who at times during the first quarter was able to utilize his legs to get first downs when he wasn't able to find an open man. All of that stuff went away because Alabama changed their defense and made amazing adjustments to how John Mateer was playing, which, again, he still threw for 300 yards.
It was like the opposite of the first time these two teams met. The offense for Oklahoma, the defense, everything kind of swayed in Oklahoma's favor, except for, of course, whenever the momentum switched from the Sooners, that's kind of when it all went downhill. And Alabama just needed to do enough. All right. And we were talking about how Alabama changed up their defense. That's what led to that first, that pick six that we saw. And it was mainly because the pressure was being put on John Mateer, like it should have been in the beginning of the game. We talk about this all the time with hockey, Joe. A 2-score lead is always the most dangerous one to have. For Oklahoma, I feel like they were getting a little bit complacent. 17-0, I know this is still the beginning of the game. It's very early, but some of these kids will get in their head. Maybe that punter gets in his head. He's thinking, oh, no, I dropped this punt, but I could still possibly get it off. He didn't have the time to do that. Obviously, momentum's switching right now. Alabama switches up the way that Their rushers are coming in. They try and disguise a little bit more. And now John Mateer, instead of having the 4 seconds that he has, he's got 2 seconds to get rid of that ball. Flip-flop it to Alabama. They switch the way that they're running their offense. Instead of Ty Simpson patting the ball looking like a deer in the headlights, he was getting the ball out with urgency as soon as Alabama was on that final drive to get at Lasir Brooks' touchdown, which also had some help from Josh Cuevas. Thank God he's back.
Look, as much as we joked about how Alabama played, the one thing that did happen that did not happen in the first game is Ty Simpson protected the football. That was a massive. Even when Jam Miller, fumbled, he didn't lose the fumble. He picked it up. Alabama did not turn the football over, where that one turnover that you saw from Mateer in that bad pass, that was enough to start swinging things. And that one alone is what gave Oklahoma the big edge in Tuscaloosa, was getting the turnovers in which they did, where that did not happen this go round. And you saw it in the way that the game was played and how different it was. It was a great job by Alabama. I genuinely was like everybody else. Look, my wife is a huge Alabama fan. After the first quarter, she's like, all right, well, I know how this is going to go. I'm just going to go ahead and start getting the girls to bed, and I'm not even going to worry about watching this. Like I woke up from a short little teeny tiny, like 20-minute nap, and I'm like, all right, we're good to go. We're good to go. This feels like a football day. Like, let's go ahead and get the cheese dip ready. Let's go ahead and get all the food ready so that we can enjoy the game. And then by the end of the first quarter, my wife's like, all right, kids, take a shower. Go ahead and get in the bath. We're going to go ahead and just go through our nightly routine. This doesn't matter. And that was it. Like, it was, she went to sleep, and I had to wake her up in the next morning, and she goes, how about that Alabama game? I'm like, you didn't see any of it. You were asleep. But yes, they came back. Because I'm like, it was a tremendous comeback on the road in a college football playoff game when you were already down 17-0. Tremendous game.
And I think that's the biggest thing. You said it, Joe, on the road in Norman. I mean, this is a Caleb DeBoer Alabama squad that at one point we had huge concerns about how they would play on the road. Last year, it was bad. You lose to a Vanderbilt team. You continue to lose some of these games. You lose against Tennessee. But then this year, you see what they've been able to accomplish on the road, and it has been really impressive. I mean, who out of all the teams that Alabama was able to beat, they've been some of the best teams on their schedule. Georgia, huge win right there. Missouri, who at the time was ranked 14th in the country, mega win right there. South Carolina, after struggling last year against this team, goes into South Carolina and gets the win against the Gamecocks, and now finishing it off against an Oklahoma team. And I didn't even want to throw in the Auburn one, but I'll throw in the Auburn one as well. Yeah. It has been a really different storyline for Kalen DeBoer. And now I want to know the fans' opinions. Is this a coach that we can really rally around with the Crimson Tide? Is this the type of team you want to still stay behind, even without a Nick Saban, with his shadow all over the place? I mean, it's definitely an impressive win. And now Alabama's got to go up and face Indiana in the Rose Bowl. And like we talked about last time, Rose Bowl can either have one or two feelings to it. You think about, Michigan, it's not that good. I hate this thing. Or you think about, what was it, COVID year? That was,
the Cotton Bowl, the COVID year when they were actually playing it at Jerry World for the Rose Bowl.
You like jump-started my memory on that. I'm just like, that's so weird.
I will tell you again, everything with COVID, I've totally forgotten.
Yeah.
I mean, I've genuinely, it's something that happened. Like that was it. Like I, at times have to remind myself of who played in the national championship. If that would have been any other year, it would have been an amazing national championship.
All times have changed, Joe. It was a lot of the Clemsons, the Ohio States, the LSUs at that time. And now, of course, it is definitely shifted. But we want your guys' opinions as well all throughout today's show. 256-576-9777 is the number to get in. And later on in the show, we will be talking with Drew DeArmond. He's going to react to all of the games from this past weekend. What's good, what's bad, what needs to be changed about the college football playoff format, because there's some glaring issues. But we'll hop into the phone lines right now. And we got Jake on with us first. Jake, how are you doing today, sir?
Good morning, guys. How are y'all? Roll Tide. Doing
Roll
good.
Tide.
Morning,
I'm doing
sir.
Fantastic.
Man, I've got like three different. I kind of out there the different things I'm about to, I mean, not out there, but kind of.
Go for it.
Okay. I wanted to start with officiating. Guys, I don't know if we need some help, maybe add one more or two officials to the college game. I really don't know, but it just seems I was watching. It's like the first touchdown, the holding material, the holding was just crazy. And then I could not believe, and I wanted to ask you guys' opinion about this. Have you ever in your life seen a game to where the officials didn't come out and say, okay, Alabama's got a sideline warning? Like, I never heard any kind of warning. They just, bam.
That was the other thing that I was so just distraught. The only thing that I can think of about with that particular play was, and I'm not even 100% sure that this is a rule. I know it is in basketball and soccer and those types of things, is there's the white line. As often as you see a lot of people on it, I want to assume that there is a rule about you should not be on that white line. Yeah. Like, that big part of the sideline that is out of bounds. I want to say that is the reason it automatically went to what it did, because he shouldn't have been there. That's my understanding based on how when I was watching the play. I was like, that's the only thing it could be, because it's not like he stepped up when the ref was walking in. Like, it wasn't any of those things. He was just standing there.
And it wasn't also like
Andy was calling the timeout, wasn't he?
Yes, Andy was calling the timeout. So I think that is also part of the reason why it all took place, is because I don't think he was supposed to be standing there to begin with. And I think that's the reason it automatically jumped to what it did.
Yeah, and it's also not like how we saw Notre Dame and Georgia last year, where the players were getting all crazy and all over the sideline. Because that's one of those things where it just like jumps out at you.
It's like touching an official. Like, he touched an official.
You don't have the time to give them the sideline warning. And at that moment right there, I mean, it was just the official doing his job. I think, yes, he was a little bit too deep into that sideline, but regardless, I mean, he still bumped into a coach.
That could have been could have been damaging. That could have been huge, especially us stopping them on that third down. Okay, and then the next thing I was going to ask y'all, and y'all don't have to go much into this because I know y'all don't know either, but where was Hollywood? Lord, Ryan Williams, I mean, I finally saw him the second half. I noticed him out there, but man, where was he?
Go on with it. I'll let you go.
Third thing, and I'm going to let y'all talk about that, because I know you'll get into it. Yeah. The third thing is DeBoer. My dad and a couple other guys in my family do not like him. They just let him go. I love Kalen DeBoer. He's a player's coach, and you get that at the end of the game when Ty runs up to him, gives him the game ball, and they hug as they walk out. That shows a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but
I mean, it's tough to tell, and we appreciate that call,
thanks,
Jake.
Bro.
Hope you have a great holiday season. Roll Tide to you as well. It's interesting because what we see from Kalen DeBoer is just him, acting professional, giving us the coach speak. And I know, Joe, I agree with you. I'm not a huge fan of all that stuff. All right, I want the outlandish stuff.
Oh no, I want
the Dan Campbell
truth.
Bite your kneecaps off. I want the Tomlin interesting conversations that he has with the media. But with Kalen DeBoer, he is trying to stay away and give the least amount possible to the media.
Look, at least it wasn't Mario Cristobal when they asked him at the very beginning of the game against Texas A&M. So, Coach, you're going on the road, college football playoff first game. How do you think you're going to do? We'll find out in 60 minutes. Thanks. And that was it. And he just ran off. We're like, okay, well, all right. Well, she did her job, but she asked the question.
Well, no.
And it was it. Like, that's all he gave.
You got to give a little bit more than that, Coach. That's all I got to say.
But look, I do, in the heat of the moment, just like when DeBoer had to do his halftime interview during the SEC championship game. My wife was watching, and she's like, I don't know why he's got to do that. She doesn't sound like that. It's just my female voice that I bust out. And I said, well, you have to. I said, but you can look in his eyes, and you can see how pissed he is right now. Mm-hmm. Like, you couldn't. This is the SEC championship game. And that is it. It's part of the agreement that they have agreed upon. Like, it's all part of the game. But
you got to talk to the media.
You do. But at the same time, these reporters, obviously their questions are pre-approved by ESPN. Like, and I say by ESPN, it's like, yeah, don't ask him about that. It is hey, I'm thinking about asking this and this. What do you think? Yeah, no, that's good. Go with that.
Will it make them cry?
You know,
okay,
it's
good.
one
Go.
of those things. Or they'll say, hey, I'm thinking about asking this and this. And then their producer will be like, hey, I really think you need to ask him about this instead. Yeah. Okay, cool. No problem. It's not one of those you cannot ask him this. And I think that in those situations, yeah, the coach speak, wanting to get in the locker room, he's angry. And so he's trying to make sure he censors himself by not talking the way that he wants to talk. And there's a lot to it. The play with the official, I think it came down to, wasn't supposed to be in that spot and make contact with an official in that situation. I think that's the reason why it automatically skipped over to the sideline warning. This wasn't hey, players are coming onto the field. Like, it wasn't one of those sideline warnings. I mean, you had like a collision, which I think is the reason why we automatically jumped to what we did.
No doubt. And if you had a collision with a tree on your roof or the wind ripping your shingles, then, of course, you need our sponsor of the show, Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the guys you need to talk to about all of your roofing needs. If you're having any roofing problems, make sure you look them up online at FlemingHSV.com. Fill out those free quotes today. And remember that Fleming always shows up. We do need to hop into a break, pay some bills. But when we come back, hop right back into the phone lines. We got Wolverine Dan on with us and a lot more conversation to come here on this Monday, very festive edition of the Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, ESPN Winchester, and WZZN TV.
Joe Hunk, John Abraham. You can watch the Blitz live now on X at 97.7 ESPN.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. And with our Workhorse Special promotion, that new 255 CTL is just $73,655. But it's only good through December 31st. Prices increase in January, so lock in your savings now and take advantage of year-end tax benefits to maximize your investment. Don't wait. The best time to buy that new Cat 255 is today. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
The holidays are here, and so is the holiday pizzazz at Loring & Company Fine Jewelers. At Loring & Company, they know this season is all about family, time, and meaningful connections. And when it comes to finding that perfect gift, they make it easy, enjoyable, and unforgettable. Step into a sparkling world of the world's most desired jewelry brands, all in one place. Their friendly, experienced staff is ready to help you discover something extraordinary. Whether you're shopping for a spouse, a parent, a child, or treating yourself to a little festive shine, finding the right gift doesn't have to be stressful. At Loring & Company Fine Jewelers, it's a pleasure. They'll help you choose a piece that says exactly what you want it to say, beautifully. This holiday season, let the Loring family welcome you into theirs. Visit Loring & Company Fine Jewelers at 800 Airport Road in Huntsville and shop anytime at loringjewelers.com. Add a little holiday pizzazz to your celebrations at Loring & Company Fine Jewelers.
Well-informed truck and SUV buyers wait all year for this moment because they know the year-end deals are worth the wait. Hi folks, Don Wessels for Woody Anderson Ford, and these are the final days of our year-end sales event. We've got nearly 700 new Fords ready for you, and all 25 models come with an additional $1,000 final days bonus cash. Drive home with no payments for 90 days, plus get financing as low as 0% for 60 months on the 25 F-150, Explorer, Escape, Transit Van, and the Lightning. or choose one of our 0-down 36-month leases starting at just $349 on our most popular models. Plus 2 years of complimentary maintenance. First payment due at signing, no security deposit, plus tax, tag, title, and fees with approved credit. Offer ends 12/31. This is as good as it gets. No payments for 90 days, 0% for 60 months, and no money down, $349 leases. The end of the year is here, and we've got the deals that make that wait worthwhile. Only at Woody Anderson Ford. I'm Don Wessels, and we can't wait to see you.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen. Expect to see mostly cloudy sky for this Monday. A little bit of light rainfall could develop in some locations. Otherwise, we'll see high temperatures warm into the upper 50s. Heading into Monday night, we'll keep cloud cover in the forecast. Low temperatures falling into the low 50s for the overnight.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This will turn journalism on its ear.
Watch our stream on WZZN TV on Twitch and YouTube.
But you are the greatest hero in American history.
We are 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
What you laughing about?
I just got a notification from ESPN. Would you like to know who Bill Belichick is trying to hire as his new offensive coordinator?
Who?
Bobby Petrino.
Golly.
Yeah.
Some things never
I3
change.
is reporting that North Carolina is working towards hiring former Arkansas head coach Bobby Petrino as their new OC. That's why I was laughing.
It's going to be a great offense.
I mean, honestly, he is really good, which I think that's the reason why Belichick is doing it. Because, again, Belichick is never strayed away from having a controversial figure on his team.
No.
No.
Man's got to save his career somehow.
I mean,
maybe Bobby P is the man to do it.
Better watch out. Bobby P may take his girlfriend for a drive.
Yeah. Get on the bike, girl. We're going.
I'll take it, old Billy. I'll take you to the boat.
Take it to the boat.
I'll take it to the boat.
Oh, 256-576-97.7, the number to get in on this very much reaction Monday. We'll also be joined by Drew DeArmond from Talkin Ball, presented by Mercury Motors, and Alumni Hall in the second hour of the show. But your phone calls come first, and we got Wolverine Dan on with us. Wolverine Dan, how you doing, man?
Doing quite well. The Havoc got a little winning streak there. They're playing really well.
They actually are, yes, sir.
About that. And, I'm also very happy about the winning streak. The Red Wings, 9 out of 11, baby. First place, yo.
Nice.
And then, hey, how about don't forget the Pistons, okay? They're 20, I think 21-5, in their first place in their division.
Yeah, man.
Oh, there's a lot to be thankful for. And I'm all by again, Wolverines.
Yeah.
50 plus points again, beat down. They're beating everybody like that. We're talking top 10 teams, Gonzaga, teams like that, beat downs. This team, you might as well just give them the dang trophy, guys. We're going to win it.
No, again, this team looking really good. I think that win against Auburn is definitely saying something. Big win against Villanova, Gonzaga, huge win over them. But, I mean, things are about to get serious. January 2nd, things get started in Big Ten play, so it should be a lot of fun. It's the only basketball I'm going to talk with you about. That's for sure.
Don't worry about that. So I think that's about all I really got to talk about. Nothing really happened yesterday.
No,
so
nothing with the Lions whatsoever. Yeah.
Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, yeah, I didn't know you were going to bring that up.
Listen, I didn't know you were going to bring up the other 5 things that we don't care about.
Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, you better care because I'm going to whoop your ass, too. I already whooped your ass once with Auburn. Now we're going to whip it again.
I did. I wasn't watching. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all I know is at the end of the game, you call a touchdown, then you take it back. That's the kind of, every big play that means something always goes against the Lions, period. But the bottom line is this: they didn't play enough to deserve it. It is what it is. Now I can just take my hands and put the soap in between with water and just clean my hands of this because I'm done this year. I'll watch it, but I'm tired of rooting for it because all these years, that's the only championship I've not got yet is a Super Bowl. No. It's ridiculous. At my age, every year really it tightens. It's harder for me to get to that point. So I'm disappointed. You betcha. That's the only thing I really need is a Super Bowl. But as far as this weekend's game in college football, I'm not going to even talk about the Bama game. I'm going to move on to the game real quickly.
Best one
that I think was the best game. The best game of the weekend. The best game of the weekend was Miami and Texas A&M.
Yes,
by
that's
far.
That is a good
there was no other game as good as that one. That game was a great game. I loved it. Now what's going to happen? Here's what's going to happen. Now get prepared, y'all, because it's 3 SEC teams, which had 5, and all we had was 3. Our 3 made it to the semis. Didn't lose a game. Now you're going to get a Big Ten beatdown on you guys. You're going to see what it's like. Okay? And the Big Ten are going to win this national championship again. That's what's going to happen.
Okay. Already had 2 teams in that quarterfinal, but and then your other team, played James Madison of all teams. So, it is going to be a lot. No, they did not play. They did not.
They play like James Madison plays.
They played like James Madison plays, but it was still exactly what we'd expect, a blowout. Still, I think it is awesome though that we are getting the best teams. That we're actually going to get to watch on the first. Hey, I'm looking forward to it, man. Alabama, Indiana should be great. Oregon versus Texas is going to be spectacular, and Ohio State versus Miami. Don't sleep on the
Oregon
Hurricanes
versus Texas.
Texas Tech. Sorry, that Miami defensive line, man, they could get after Ohio State's QB. It's going to be a lot more fun than a lot of people expect.
I'm going to show your listeners the dominance is about to happen.
Okay,
you're going to see why the Big Ten the last 2 years is national championships because we're going to triple dip. We're going to get another one.
I got you.
With that said, fellas. Oh, and one more thing, icing on the cake. Oh, those Chargers. How about those Chargers?
I do like the Chargers.
All right? Yeah. And I got money on them, guys. I got some big cash coming my way, and Chargers looking good.
Nice.
So,
smart move right there.
Peace out.
Appreciate you. Happy holidays, my friend.
You're also always you're guaranteed as well that you're going to have one less SEC team in because 2 of them have to play each other.
Yeah, it's kind of always what the other case is. I like how you threw that in there, Joe. It's very smart of you. Also, the Lions aren't officially out of the playoffs.
They've only got like a 2% chance.
All they need is Green Bay to lose 2 games.
Oh, okay, that's it.
So they got to lose to the Ravens and the Vikings the last week. And then, hey, Lions can get in. They just also have to win their games as well. They can't be losing. So, there is still a chance. This guy's giving up on his team. They're not even eliminated, whereas I'm still watching the Browns, and now I'm to the point where my running back's getting his leg broken, and I can't even buy his jersey.
We over here defeated the defending AFC champions. Thank you very much.
This is true. And also that
we literally beat their practice squad, but still it doesn't matter.
What was the spread in that game, by the way?
Oh, I genuinely do not know because I knew when Minshew was coming and that he was going to be the starting quarterback. I went, Titans are going to win this game. The Titans are going to beat the Chiefs. I can't remember, and I may have missed a season. I cannot remember the last time the Chiefs went to Nashville and actually won.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be funny.
That is true.
And so it is. Then Minshew gets hurt like 3 minutes into the game, and they have to go to the emergency backup quarterback, which if he would have gotten injured, they then were going to have to go to like their backup tight end.
I think they probably would have just put Travis Kelce back there.
Well, they started showing Travis Kelce when they were talking about who the emergency was, and I went, no, there's no way Kelce's the emergency quarterback, right?
Who is this guy? Chris Oladonkun?
Yeah, it was. They were down to the practice squad players is what they were sending out to against the Titans.
South
and the
Dakota
Titans what?
State.
But you beat the AFC champs. So that's the way I look at it.
Also, Bama Brad got some points towards the Wacky Underdog picks with that win. He picked the Titans over the Chiefs, 3.5 points his way. But the big name that has gotten some points, Jason, with the 1.5 points from the Alabama game, that actually gets him into the overall lead of the Wacky Underdog picks at 31 points exactly. So very exciting stuff right there. Congratulations to you, Jason. It's not over until it's over. That's all I got to say. Still waiting for Josh. I know that he was having some health issues, but we are going to, assure you that he will get his prizes from being the halfway winner. So still, Josh, don't worry. We're not forgetting about you, my friend. We hope you're in good health and you have a great holiday season. But if you guys do want to get in on some of the Wacky Underdog picks for this week, we have a lacking of games this week. but we do have some NFL matchups, and you can also even throw in some of the playoff games as well, as Alabama right now is a 7-point underdog against Indiana. For all our Alabama listeners, you might as well just throw this one in. Same thing for all the Ole Miss listeners, because UGA is a 7-point big time boy against Ole Miss. Favorite. Big time boy is my way of saying favorite. I just wanted to just to clarify for that one.
You need to in the very beginning before you establish it. Yeah, absolutely.
Miami right now is a 9.5-point underdog, and right now Oregon is a 1.5 point.
And I know that we're joking Wolverine Dan about what he did and didn't bring up. I think he's right about the best game of the week was the Miami game against Texas A&M, and I will also say, I have no idea why Marcel Reed did not try to run that football in at one point in time in the last 3 plays that they had at the goal line.
Yeah, there's probably a few times he should have just used his legs instead of threw the ball. It just wasn't working for him.
He was trying to force the football where he needed to, and it got picked off. Obviously, it's how he goes.
Yeah,
I got home and I'd been watching the game off and on everywhere I was on Saturday. And then my wife starts trying to hold a serious conversation with me about Christmas. And I'm looking at the TV and I'm like, she goes, "Can you pay attention?" I'm like, "No, I can't pay attention. Texas A&M is driving. Miami's up 10-3. It's a college football playoff game first round. This is exactly what I've been wanting for years in a great football game." And I could not believe Marcel Reed threw an interception when he had multiple opportunities to run it through. I would have at least done that where I could have gotten to an opportunity of a tush push, something like that, because you were on the 3-yard line and there were multiple times that even if your momentum is falling forward, you would gain a yard or two. It was asinine. I was going run, open, go. And nope, want to pass it.
It was definitely an intriguing game. Obviously, we had our own questions about it. Miami was the underdog in that game, 3-point underdog to be exact.
So he scored for majority of the game.
But yeah, here's the thing. Me and Joe were talking about what game would have the biggest, who would have the biggest chance of winning as an underdog, and Miami was that team. Going into College Station and winning against Texas A&M is tough. But when you get to do it at 11 o'clock in the morning, you have a little bit better of a chance.
You hurt Texas A&M by having that at 11 o'clock in the morning.
You really did.
Because none of those people were awake. Literally, there were people that didn't make it to the stage like they were supposed to because they weren't awake.
And I get it. I kind of get it, at least. Oregon, playing that late night matchup. But still, that's primetime football, and we're showing you guys Oregon versus James Madison. And I know what Joe says. Yeah, they played actually pretty good. They played the way they play. No, but it's still, it was not going to be an upset by any means.
Tulane and James Madison played like two football teams that were playing in a big, hostile environment, truly for the first time. Let's be honest about this. When these teams were coming in the middle of the season, again, these are what we consider POS games at the time.
Yeah.
Fans are like, "Yay, all right, cool. Well, we know what's going to happen." That was the feeling, And then if upset happens, you're going, I knew there's a reason I wasn't up for this game. No, it's because it was Tulane and you didn't think anything about it. Now they're getting the full focus. It wasn't all right, so we've got James Madison this week, and then next week we're taking on Ohio State, so we kind of need to, split focus. No, you got the full focus. You got Oregon and their fan base treating you like you would be treated if you were a Big Ten team.
I'm their equal.
Yeah, you got Ole Miss treating Tulane like they were their equal. And here's what happened. Both of those teams got shell-shocked in the very beginning. The first quarter screwed over both teams. Absolutely. Tulane had multiple chances to drive, and their quarterback was missing wide-open receivers. And I mean by 3 and 4 yards wide open. James Madison just punched in the mouth in the very first half. And then they do what James Madison does. For people that didn't know this, coming into this game, Oregon was the number 1 team in the country in scoring in the first half. James Madison was the number 2 team in the country in scoring in the second half. This is what James Madison does. They score majority of their points in the second half.
That's some good minutia.
And so when they were down, if they would have been down 21 or 28 going into the half, I actually would have said, hold up. Don't move just yet. But because it was 34-3, I went, all right, well, this is going to take a lot of scoring, which, they'd still put up, 28 points, and they still had an opportunity to score again, and they didn't.
Yep.
James Madison played well outside of the first quarter where they got the shell shock.
Yeah.
That's the difference in this. And that's the difference in playing in a neutral site environment and playing in a home environment.
No, we can see why the Dukes were good within the Sun Belt. But again, you go up and play the Oregon Ducks, one of the top teams in the country. And it really just shows you kind of where the difference is. The gap is slightly closing, not by much though. By the penalties metrics, James Madison had 13 for 113 yards. Oregon only had 5 for 71 yards. Third downs, James Madison had 22 of them. They only converted on 9 of them, but you could see why it was such a struggle bus. And then late in the game, they had to go for a few fourth downs to try and get back in this game. And they were 4 for 4. So good on them for that. Time of possession was ridiculously in James Madison's favor, but that's because the Oregon Ducks were scoring so freaking fast. 4 touchdowns from Dante Moore. He did throw 2 interceptions in this game, but you're playing a team of lesser caliber, and you're up by so much. Same way Oklahoma was probably thinking about Alabama when they were up 17-0 in the first. They were probably thinking we could just kind of lollygag and still get the win. Well, in one of those games, it didn't work out. And the other one, James Madison only had a 0.01% chance of winning for a majority of the game. 256-576-97.7 is the number to get in on the show.
And as we continue, you can hear the phone calls are still flowing in. Coming up at 10 o'clock, we're going to go down and talk to Drew DeArmond about the Alabama game and getting ready for Indiana. And we will continue taking your phone calls when we come back as we continue on ESPN Winchester, 97.7 ESPN The Zone, and WZZN TV.
This is The Blitz with Joe Hunk and John Abraham. 256-576-4977.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Alabama heading to the Rose Bowl on January 1st for the second round of the college football playoff. It's the quarterfinals after their win against Oklahoma in Norman. They'll take on the top-seeded Indiana Hoosiers, who won 13-0 this season, winning the Big Ten championship, and led by quarterback Fernando Mendoza, who won the Heisman Trophy. Indiana opened up as a 6.5-point favorite. That has been moved to a 7-point favorite for the game. Hoosiers minus 238, while Alabama plus 195 with the over-under of 48.5. Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson, 28 touchdowns this year with just 5 interceptions. For VSiN.com, I'm Tony Desiri, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community. The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Where's the best place for sports? What about the best place for wings? If you answered Jefferson's for both, you're right. Jefferson's is also a great place for value. Every Monday, kids eat free with the purchase of an adult meal, and teachers bring your teacher ID, and you eat free every first Tuesday of the month, up to $15 at participating locations. Jefferson's, best place for sports, best place for wings, in New Market and Hampton Cove, and our new location, now open in Hartselle at 200 Main Street West, downtown.
The Crimson Tide, the Indiana Hoosiers, New Year's Day, the Rose Bowl.
The Tide advances Texas to play top-seeded Indiana.
The road to the national title continues. Live from Pasadena, California, our coverage begins at noon on your home for Alabama football. Your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide is 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You'll love the expanded wine selection at Liquor Express. From special occasion to everyday table wines, they've got what you need. Meet your friends at the largest tap wall in Alabama with 105 rotating selections. Then take home a growler full of your favorite or choose from our 1,000 canned or bottled beers. Need help stocking your bar or planning your party? Liquor Express has a knowledgeable, professional in-house staff that can assist you with anything from your bar to the planning of your special event. Visit liquorexpress.net for tasting specials, giveaways, and classes.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at the service department at Woody Anderson Ford. When you need service on your vehicle, whether it's a Ford or any other make, you want to get into Woody Anderson Ford where their expert service technicians will get it diagnosed and repaired right away, the right way. And while you are there, check out all the new and pre-owned vehicles at Woody Anderson as well. They are ready to make you the best deal possible. Visit Woody Anderson Ford today.
Woody Anderson Ford on Jordan Lane in Huntsville, Hughes Road in Madison, and online at woodyAndersonFord.com.
At Johnson & Hayes Physical Therapy, it's not just what we do, it's who we are. Founded in 2003 by Huntsville natives Scott Johnson and Todd Hayes, Johnson & Hayes brings exceptional care to every patient through an all-star team of highly trained physical therapists. From sports performance to post-op rehab, dizziness, women's health, and more. With 7 locations across North Alabama, expert care is always close to home. Learn more at johnsonandhayes.com. Johnson & Hayes Physical Therapy, where extraordinary care meets exceptional outcomes.
Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
I sure do like those Christmas cookies, sugar.
Hello, welcome back into the Blitz.
Like those Christmas cookies.
John Abraham, Joe Hunk. I threw in the Christmas music. I'm hoping this wasn't the Tom Abraham Christmas music. But now I know where it is.
Not the Joe Hunk Christmas music. I know that for sure.
There's like 5 different Run DMC Christmas songs to play. So I'm looking forward to all those.
Yeah, it's amazing that the band you go to for Christmas music is Run DMC. Who would have thought that?
I know, out of all of them. Either way, we are off and rolling here on the Blitz. And if you guys have a company that you want to promote or you just want to advertise with, of course, 97.7 ESPN The Zone can definitely help you out with that. Just contact me, John Abraham, or Joe Hunk, and you can find us at 256-576-97.7, as well as the callers. And we start with Jason. Jason, how you doing today, sir?
Hey, I am great. I picked the winner last Friday night.
Yes, sir. A lot of people are happy that you did that.
Yeah, informed you about the crosswind where it gave Fancy Pants a little bit of trouble.
Fancy Pants. He did miss one. He did.
He missed 2 of them.
Oh, yeah, he did miss 2.
The way that the crowd just went silent the second time around, I was just like, oh, my gosh. He hasn't just missed his first kick of the season, but he missed his second in the same game.
But we also need to be able to, so that we can review kicks that go over the post, right?
That kick was wide left, all right.
I mean,
and also,
can we not put like a laser going straight up in the air?
I don't know why we don't just have a camera that goes straight up in the air from like the top of the posts.
Senor Pants, hot pants, got to do it nice and high, and that's what blew the ball outside to go.
Hey, those wind gusts really were a problem, though.
Yeah, it made our kicker look like Ray Finkel.
Oh, they did. Yes, they did.
Board laces.
It was crazy. It was crazy. In the first 2 games of the college football playoffs, the only one who didn't miss it was Connor Talty. He's the only one that didn't miss the field goal.
Yeah, because the wind blew it where it was supposed to.
And at one point, everybody hated him. Now all the other fan bases can, cry and moan about their own kicker.
Oh, yeah. We had Bear Bryant Coke bottles. Now we're getting ready to have some Connor Talty Coke bottles. Oh, me. And hey, I got the next coach from Michigan. I've been thinking hard about this.
Okay.
I think Wolverine and Dan will agree. We need to go to one Hubert Freeze with all the turmoil they've been having with Jim Harbaugh and this Teron Moore. Hubert Freeze would fit perfect for that coaching job.
Amen. I think that you go with a coach that has a nice, clean record for a year. And it would be one that should be the direction they should go. He is absolutely a fantastic developer of players.
That's full name.
I think that is one in which that's where Michigan needs to lead. I think he's the man that will get you that win against Ohio State after losing this year.
I guess that is his full name.
I mean, you could get Hugh Freeze up there and bring out something like the old Luther Campbell and 2 Live Crew music for he can watch that on the field.
I just think it's funny because, if he can't succeed down south, why doesn't he go up north? I mean, he's had so many chances here in the SEC or just, in the southeastern area of the country. But like the only thing he hasn't tried is just going up north a little bit. You can find a little bit of success maybe.
Liberty's in Virginia.
That's like middle ground. It's ACC country.
Yeah, he would be perfect there with Michigan.
That may be where they have to go. I mean, seriously, after the first quarter, I was pretty sure that DeBoer was just going to just get on the plane and instead of going right towards Alabama, he was just going to go left and go ahead and just go to Michigan. Be like, I don't even want to pick up my stuff in Alabama. I'll just go ahead and head that way.
The man didn't want to deal with any of that stuff up north. But I wonder how Hugh Freeze would actually steer that program. I don't think it would be much different from Sharon Moore steering it. I mean, you could win some games in the Big Ten. That's all I'm saying. Even if you're Hugh Freeze,
right? Apparently, you can meet women there. So, I mean, that'd be perfect for him
in the athletic department.
Yeah,
I mean, they come to you.
I mean,
I don't think they do.
Yeah, he don't have to call an escort service and have them blown in.
No, they're in building.
Right, that's ideal job right there. And Michigan is not. Have you noticed the way they're interviewing coaches?
How's that?
I mean, they're going. To me, they'll bring up a name, and then when they get turned down, they'll go to the next one. If you're a good coach, if you get, hey, you're our 4th pick, are you going there?
Yeah, and I mean, you could say, well, they don't know. They don't know. Everybody knows. I mean, obviously, there's a list that is all over the website and all that stuff.
Yeah, they make a lot of public.
Oh, so I'm the 4th pick. All right, I'll just stay here then with my own little school. I'll stay here with Texas State. I'll stay here with my my Arizona boys. There's that definitely goes into it. But I mean, I don't even think that's the biggest thing. I still think Michigan's a good job, but it is all of the crookness that is going on up there. Like the only guy you could probably get there is maybe like you want to get there at least is like a Mr. Bean, and even he's got some demons in the closet,
Yeah, I told you, Dad. I think Eli Drinkwitz is the guy that's going to take the job actually, because he's never going to beat Kirby. He's always going to be 4th or 5th fiddle in the SEC each year. Michigan would be perfect for him.
Oh.
Somebody said they should hire Brian Kelly.
Yep.
It's just not.
They make that go to Kelly.
It's not a lot of good options.
That's awesome.
There's a few of them out there.
That is so
they could
awesome.
always go to Chip Kelly. His cousin.
Oh, jeez. Chip Kelly. It's been a minute since I heard his name.
Yeah, he was with Vegas.
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they may give North Carolina a call and see how Mr. Belichick likes his job down there.
I mean, they've already got the interim head coach in place because Petrino is now official. He is now the new offensive coordinator for North Carolina.
Oh, is that actually official?
Yeah, that just became official a few moments ago.
Wow. He just wanted to be a head coach, man.
Belichick
He can't even do
bring his show to town.
Oh, absolutely.
His young girlfriend.
Yeah.
Another girlfriend.
Yeah. See, they're good now.
Well, once Ryan Silverfield came into Arkansas, he was like, man, I don't even have a chance here. I'm just going to go hang out with another old head. He might retire soon enough, and maybe I might be able to swoop in and take all of the glory.
He needs to get him a motorcycle, actually.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Yep.
All right, Jason.
Perfect.
We
Hey, y'all have a
appreciate you,
good
bro.
one.
Thank you. You too. Have a happy holidays as well. We continue on with the phone calls. We do have Drew DeArmond coming up in the top of the second hour, but we got Bama Brad on with us. Bama Brad, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic, guys. How are y'all today?
Tremendous.
Better.
I know you're supposed to win with humility, and I always kind of stick to that mantra, but, it's hard to be humble when, let's see, Alabama with their massive comeback, the Bears with their massive comeback. I won 9 points in Tom's contest.
Nice.
I won the wacky underdog pick this week. I mean, come on. Is there a better sports week than that?
Oh, I'm definitely not telling you to be humble.
Let's freaking go.
No, you brag. You brag all you need to.
I want you to be like Michael Irvin with the belt to the Texas A&M uniform. I want that type of cockiness right now.
No, that's the last time y'all will hear that kind of bragging from me. I don't do that, but I just had to get that in this week.
It's impressive,
hey,
man.
Was anybody else during that Alabama game saying, let's bench Ty and let's get Mac in there for a series of 2 and settle Ty down because he's got ghosts? Is anybody else saying that, or was it just me?
You definitely, out of all the Alabama fans,
I think if
you
it
were
would have
not
went to
the
half,
only one. You were not the
I think
only
if it had went to half, there'd been a lot more people having that conversation. If it had went to half and it was still 17-0 or 24-7 or something, yeah, I think there would have been a few more people that have been saying the same thing.
Yep.
Well, everybody's talking about DeBoer and all that. Let me just tell you this. DeBoer is not going to be Nick Saban. He doesn't have the same mannerisms, the personality, nothing Nick Saban has. He's a quiet man, but he knows football because whatever he did at halftime settled Ty down. Ty was a complete – look at the eyes of that quarterback when he came back out in the second half versus the first half.
Yeah.
Whatever he did in that locker room, him or Ryan Grubb or whoever, and I still say Ryan Grubb needs to be up in the press box. We debate on that with, me and Tom back and forth and some other people, but you can see a whole lot better in that press box. And I just think the distractions are gone. All he's got to do is call plays up there. It didn't look like it the first half, but the adjustments they made in the second half of that game were outstanding.
Yeah.
So give Kalen his credit.
No doubt. Bama Brad, we appreciate your call, brother, and hope you have a great holiday season.
Y'all too. I won't talk to you again. Merry Christmas to everybody. Have a safe and happy Christmas and Happy New Year.
There you go.
Happy New Year. Merry
Great
Christmas,
stuff.
sir.
Bama Brad, we are counting down the seconds until the second hour, but of course you guys will still be able to get in on the show. We still got Brandon on, so hold tight.
Yeah, Brandon, we'll get to you after Drew, bro.
Drew's going to break down a little bit more of what Alabama did to get that victory in Norman this past Friday, but on top of that, we're going to get into a little bit more of the college football and what is coming up at the beginning of the new year with, of course, the quarterfinals right around the corner. All of it you can listen to on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. For ESPN Winchester listeners, make sure you download the app. We'll be back in just a few minutes on the Blitz.
Joe Hunk, John Abraham, 256-576-4977. This is the Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Hey folks, Arthur Seed, managing partner at University Kia, letting you know we are proud supporters of Alabama and Auburn football. Swing by University Kia today and check out our huge selections of brand new Kias, including the spacious Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the slick new K5, the sporty Kia Seltos. We've got perfect cars for every lifestyle and budget. Visit universitykia.com to view all our amazing offers and get pre-approved amenities, because we want to see you in a Kia. Roll Tide, War Eagle.
Hi, my name is Dan Aldridge. I'm here to let you know about the Aldridge Law Firm and the soon-to-be-announced Legal Town Center. I've been practicing law in Alabama since 1984, and I also practice in Tennessee. And I'm from North Alabama, and I'm here to represent you and take care of your legal needs. For many of us, hiring an attorney is not high on the priority list, and maybe a little scary. But it's something that we all need at some point. So by all means, do your homework. And if you need representation for car accident, wrongful death, medical malpractice, nursing home abuse, or estate planning, or any other matter, just give us a call at 256-534-3188. And you can email me at Dan, that is Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. God bless America.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Sure, Valley Equipment Rental takes care of the homeowner and his needs, but how about the pros out there? Well, Valley Equipment has the big stuff as well. The equipment you need to get any job done. I'm talking about the big track hoe excavators, from the 30,000-pound mid-size one to the big boy 50,000-pound units. Need a dozer on the job? Well, they've got them up to 105 horsepower, and that's a good-sized machine. Plus, Valley Equipment has more lifts than anyone around. Up to 80-foot booms that reach 56 feet with a 10,000-pound capacity. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Check them out today.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where AFS comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at afsrepair.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
College football lives here.
Daniels quick out left side, trying to make a man miss. They do. But down, and it's a tackle. It's a fumble, and Alabama's got it.
Mateer to throw, looking right. Has time, deep
Oh,
across the
yeah.
middle, wide open behind the defense. Atania all alone. Touchdown! 58 yards. Sooner magic on a Saturday night.
College football lives here.
Fernando takes the snap, hands it to Kalon Black, pounds his way forward. Touchdown, Indiana.
Snap back to Gunner. He'll throw it. Caught by Branch. He twists. He pivoted in and scrambles into the end zone for the 4-yard.
The fake to Lacey down the field. He's got a receiver. Caught at the 35, the 40. Breaking free to the 45, to the 40 is Alexander. He could go. He does. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Alabama heading to the Rose Bowl on January 1st for the second round of the college football playoff. It's the quarterfinals after their win against Oklahoma in Norman. They'll take on the top-seeded Indiana Hoosiers, who won 13-0 this season, winning the Big Ten championship, and led by quarterback Fernando Mendoza, who won the Heisman Trophy. Indiana opened up as a 6.5-point favorite. That has been moved to a 7-point favorite for the game. Hoosiers minus 238, while Alabama plus 195 with the over-under of 48.5. Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson, 28 touchdowns this year with just 5 interceptions. For VSiN.com, I'm Tony Desiri, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen. Mostly cloudy sky expected for this Monday night across the Tennessee Valley. It will keep low temperatures on the warmer side. We'll fall into the low 50s for the overnight. Heading into our Tuesday, we'll keep mostly cloudy sky in the forecast. High temperatures warm into the upper 60s. A little bit of rainfall could be possible as well.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Log on today, 977ESPN.com. Joe Hunk, John Abraham, 256-576-4977. Welcome to the Blitz.
Second hour, final hour, best hour, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Joe Hunk, John Abraham with you on a Monday. Pretty sure this is our last show for the year. Am I right? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Let's just say this might be our last show of the year.
Yeah.
But at the same time, might have to talk a little bit right before the actual quarterfinals kickoff.
Which is going to be December 31st and January 1st. So
it's going to be a tight window because the Huntsville City Classic
is going starting on Friday. We start doing that on Saturday as well. So it is going to be a busy time of being off, but not really being off. Yeah. It's kind of how it goes.
No doubt, man.
But, again, Drew DeArmond was off today, but not off today. And he was here, but he was not here. And he was awesome enough to hop in and do talking ball while he's in his hotel room.
Yeah, and he joins us now on the Neighbors Wealth Management hotline. And Drew, of course, Alabama gets a big win, but overall reaction from the first round, all 4 of those games, how do you feel like the committee did with placing them? And then on top of that, what was the most exciting game in your opinion?
Well, I'm biased, but I think that comeback Alabama made, and I just sent you guys the view from my hotel room, but we'll be leaving. We'll be checking out shortly at 11:45, but had a nice view of Orange Beach, Alabama here at the Best Western. But, yeah, man.
Dang.
Yeah.
What's the temperature, though? Because I feel like I'm looking at it going, man, that'd be fun. And then I'm going, wait a second. Isn't it like 50 degrees?
I think this morning it was 61.
Oh, that's good weather right there.
Yeah, go jump in that water.
I'm walking on the beach at least.
Yeah, so it's in the 60s, guys, and I think we're going to miss the rain. It's actually beautiful right now. I mean, it's as nice as it's been, and we've been fortunate. We didn't have any overcast or bad weather this weekend, and it's been a good weekend for the Crimson Panthers thus far. 2 big wins, a 30-point win over Bay High School in their Panama City, and then Scottsboro Wildcats 44-point win. And now we get to host Orange Beach at 2 o'clock today over at their new competition gym. So trying to bring home the surfboard for the second time in 3 years.
Nice.
Got some good karma going on. J.D. Gossett's here watching his 2 brothers, Hudson and Graham, play today. And he was here for this weekend, so that's been good seeing him back around the program. And so we're excited for the opportunity. But as far as getting back to the playoff, man, I mean, I think it was Champions Bar and Grill where we were watching the Alabama game on Friday night. We had to watch the first half from there. And as I said on Talking Ball this morning, there were some rowdy Texas and LSU fans in there rooting vociferously for Oklahoma. But by the time we left at halftime, their mood had changed a little bit. And the entire, game had flipped because early Alabama was just getting whipped. It did not look good at all. And that second quarter was one of maybe the best quarter of the season for Alabama when you consider all the factors. They put together the long drive. Latsier Brooks on 4th and 2.
Yeah.
If they don't make that play, guys, the game's probably over.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah, and he makes the second and third effort to get him in the end zone. And then somehow Alabama, whether it's a muff, a block, whatever you want to say, they block a punt. And after Oklahoma dropped what looked like a touchdown pass, and so that was another kind of turning point in the game. And Alabama was able to get a field goal out of the punt block. And then we saw what happened. Once John Mateer, and see, Alabama dropped that interception on November 15th. This time they did not. Xavier Brown, doing his best Antonio Langham impersonation, takes it back to the house. And all of a sudden, you're going into halftime tied. And when the game looked like it might be almost over. And so I think Alabama went into the locker room with all the momentum. It was still anybody's game. But I really started feeling it when Alabama, once again, I thought the offensive line played one of their better games. I know they gave up some sacks, but Oklahoma's got a really good front. But I thought Ty started trusting his protection. And when he hit Latsier for the second time to go at 24-17, you just sort of started feeling it.
Yeah.
I mean, that this Alabama team had withstood the best shot Oklahoma had and were taking control of the game. When they were able to build the lead to 10, 27-17, and have a 10-0 third quarter, it put all the game pressure on Oklahoma in the fourth because you're having to come from behind. Certainly the Sooners responded with the long touchdown pass. But Alabama was able to counter and drive it back down and convert that huge Jeremy Bernard catch, which was kind of a Tyrone Pro throw part 2.
Yeah, it was.
Like I've told, you guys were watching the game, and 50 Cent was there, and the whole mantra was hard to kill. And like I said, once Latsier made his play in the first half, in the second quarter, and then that play by Germ to set up what turned out to be the game-clinching score from Daniel Hill, all I can tell you is the Daniel Moore painting should be those two guys making those plays, and then it's hard to kill, ... dead.
And that is definitely a good storyline to kind of go with. And I would definitely be buying that painting. I think it's intriguing, though. obviously Jeremy Bernard has been a huge part of this offense, but it feels like almost every other big game we're seeing another guy kind of step up and have that 2-touchdown game where he's leading the receivers in yards. And this time it was Latsier Brooks. The one guy we haven't seen really have that game has been Ryan Williams. I mean, we saw the Josh Cuevas pop off the first time these two teams went around. The Isaiah Hortons against some of the teams throughout the season. But still, a little bit of a lacking of Ryan Williams. What did you see was the main thing that was stopping him from getting the football?
He can't catch it. I mean, he's guys. If you watch Alabama play now, I mean, to me, I mean, he's basically their fourth option because I don't think they trust him. And you look at the game, Latsier, he had a great game, as you already mentioned, John, and 2 touchdown catches, and they were targeting him on 4th down. And then you go back and you look at what Jeremy Bernard did. Now, he didn't have a stat line that just totally stuck out, but he made big plays when he had to. And then the catch he made to set up the last score, I think he only had 3 total catches for 40 yards, but he made the biggest catch of the night, and he overcame a drop of his own because he had a drop that really should have been a big play for Alabama. He didn't come up with it. And then Isaiah Horton, he and Ty have always had synergy and chemistry since their days in 7-on-7, and Horton had a drop in the first quarter on 3rd down, but after that, he came up with some huge ones, including that 37-yard deep ball down the sideline. He did a great job. And then I don't think enough can be said for Josh Cuevas with his 3 catches and 35 yards because, guys, he's playing with a stress fracture in his foot. He's channeling his inner Barrett Jones. This break will be huge for him to hopefully get healthier, but he gave them, as Holly Rowe reported, he was going to be out there for 20 to 25 snaps, and he gave them what he could. And his comfort level is evident with especially on the short and intermediate stuff with Ty Simpson. And so all of these guys I'm mentioning were targeted more than Ryan Williams. They went deep to Williams down the sideline one time on a big 3rd down. Of course, he dropped the ball because he's trying to catch it with his body and not with his hands. And then they did hit him with the swing pass trying to convert the last 3rd down to run the clock out, but he bobbled that one. Bottom line is he's got to step his own game up. He's got to become more physical. He's got to get better at his craft. Learn how to run routes. Get on that jug gun. Catch the football with your hands. Because I understand Coach DeBoer, and I think he's kind of covering for him, saying that it just depends on the route tree and the read where Ryan Williams is. But look, guys, if you're a true playmaker, they're going to try to get you the football. And if you look at his body of work over 2 years, he had a huge game against Georgia as a freshman. And then this year, I thought he had a really good game against Tennessee. And after that, it's just a play here or there. And there's not a lot of consistency. And that's more on Ryan than the coaching staff. And he's making a lot of money. And it's going to be really interesting to see. I thought he might have a breakout game. I thought maybe this would be the game where he would step up. It was not. And now you've got Indiana, the number 1 team in the country, in the Rose Bowl. And if he's not heavily involved in that game plan, I think you better watch the transfer portal very closely.
Wow. To go from being on the Madden or being on the NCAA football cover to now being potentially transferred. It's wild. And with Alabama, and I was wondering, because going back and I'm just not seeing it as I'm looking, did anything with the game plan change when it came to the game with Oklahoma when it seemed like right in the middle of that second quarter when all that momentum swapped, you went into the 3rd quarter and it was almost like a different Oklahoma and a different Alabama team playing each other. What changed?
Well, I think Alabama defensively had to make some adjustments. I think they started pressuring more and playing man defense because I think the corners felt like they could hold up against Oklahoma's wide receivers. Now, certainly Deion Burks, the transfer from Purdue, had a really nice game, but Isaiah Satania, as you guys know, the transfer from Arkansas, has been their biggest play guy. He had a touchdown catch, guys, but I think he only had 2 catches for about 15, 16 yards total. And I'm going to check the stats right now. Satania had 2 catches for 17 yards. And then he's also very dangerous in the kick return game. but Alabama did a great job against him as well. So I thought Alabama, defensively, they made some adjustments. They started pressuring Mateer. They did a good job of hemming him up. They did a good job of holding up in coverage. They got the pick six. Because I told you guys on your show that I felt like Alabama had to win had to be even in the kicking game, and unbelievably they won the kicking game because Thunderfoot, aka Tate Sandell, he misses a 36-yarder, then a 51-yarder, and who would have thunk this? Now I wish I could have put some money down on it because then maybe I could stay at the beach for several more days. But I mean, Connor Talty was 2 for 2. And you watched the Miami Texas A&M game. He may have been the best kicker in the playoff the first weekend.
Yeah,
so that's how things can flip. But then, Joe, more to your point, I think Alabama offensively, they just had to settle down. They were really bad the first quarter. They didn't make their first down until 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. But then they were able to put that drive together and make it 17-7. They got the block punt and was able to convert the field goal. And then I think the pick six, getting themselves even before halftime, allowed them to not have to come out of their game plan. And then I thought in the second half, especially in the third quarter, if you watch, I mean, R. Mason Thomas played. He had no sacks. They gave up 3, but I thought they did a much better job protecting Ty, and he started trusting his protection. And I know one of the other things I said as far as my keys on your show is besides the fact that they had to play even or win the kicking game, which they did, they won the turnover battle 1-0, and that turnover was huge. It was 7 points. And then the other thing, I said create explosive plays, and that's what they did a lot in the second half, guys. They had 5 pass plays of over 20 yards, and that was huge against Oklahoma's defense and that pressure. And I think they were just able to play, out front, which under Kalen DeBoer, they've done a really good job of that. This is the second big rally they've made. The other one was a quick rally. It was against Georgia in that epic game in Bryant-Denny. And then they rallied against South Carolina. But this, considering the stage and the opponent, was the best rally under Kalen DeBoer. But once they got ahead and got comfortable, the defense was able to settle in. They got 5 sacks of Mateer. He didn't look nearly as comfortable in the second half. And I thought Alabama just basically out-coached Oklahoma in half number 2. And I thought another thing that Brent Venables did, I thought he kind of panicked a little bit. He burnt his timeouts early with about 5 minutes left. He used 2 of them, and I thought that was to Alabama's advantage.
Yeah, it definitely seemed that way. Drew DeArmond from Talkin Ball is our guest. And finally, before we get you out of here, you're busy. You got a long day. And of course, we got to talk a little bit about the next matchup is going to be Alabama-Indiana in the Rose Bowl game. Currently has Alabama as a 7-point underdog. But talk about your initial feelings when you're thinking about this game. What do the Tide need to do to move forward even more?
Well, the formula is the same. They've got to win the kicking game, got to be solid, no catastrophic mistakes against a team that's undefeated at this caliber. You've got to be able to win the turnover battle. And then offensively, you've got to create some explosive plays. And you got to have a semblance of a running game. They didn't have much of a running game against OU, but Daniel Hill gave him a 29-yard run. He gave him a 5-6-yard touchdown run. So that was huge in that regard. And then just the overall health of the football team. They've got to be healthier. And I think, too, one of the things that we saw was the emergence of some guys, because I still have a lot of doubts about LT Overton playing again this year, but Keon Keeley was huge. He stepped in for LT Overton and was really big as a pass rusher, and then almost got an interception in the game. He's going to have to continue to play big. They're just going to have to, persevere and kind of set their jaw because Indiana's really well coached. I was really impressed with their front 7 against Ohio State. So they're going to have to give Ty time. They're going to have to block them. And then, as far as defensively, they've got to find a way to get some heat on Mendoza. The thing about Mendoza is he's a better athlete than you think. He can run, but they're going to have to contain him and try to stop an underrated, Indiana rushing attack. And I mean, and it's not an impossibility because we saw the Iowa Hawkeyes at home give Indiana all they wanted. We saw a 500 Penn State team give them all they wanted. So they were tested a few times. And then Oregon played them tough, even though they were really impressive, especially in that fourth quarter. And then Ohio State. So I think the game's got to be played in the mid-20s again. I was a little surprised at how the game got up in the 30s in Norman, but Alabama was able to, score some points. And if they can get to the mid-20s against Indiana, I think they're going to have a chance. But it's certainly going to be a very, very tough battle. Kurt Signetti has earned every Coach of the Year honor, and it's going to be a really interesting game and a great setting. Alabama's 100th anniversary of their first national championship back in the Rose Bowl against the Hoosiers, and it's going to be a battle of similar colors, both crimson, and they have crimson and cream. Alabama has crimson and white. It's going to be quite an atmosphere that we'll have on 97.7 The Zone on New Year's Day.
No doubt. This middle portion of the college football playoffs, very red heavy, but Drew DeArmond has been our guest. Drew, we appreciate you as always, man. Hope you have safe travels and look forward to seeing you when you get back in town, brother.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely, guys. Merry Christmas to both of you. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas to you. What would you get Drew for like a Christmas gift? An Alabama hat? No, he's probably got like 1,000 of those.
I mean, just got to wait for the NFL draft and just figure out where an Alabama player's going.
That's true. New Jersey. That's true. Or like maybe a big zone deal.
Big zone deal.
Yeah, that would maybe be a good one.
That's one.
All right,
that's one.
I'll brainstorm, and when we come back, we'll get into the phone lines, and then we'll get off and rolling and continue on the second hour here on the Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, WZZN TV. How about that?
Oh, I like that. That's nice. Good job.
Phone lines are open now. 256-576-4977. This is The Blitz on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com. SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
There are only about 4,300 publicly traded companies on the U.S. stock exchange, but there are an estimated 33 million companies in the U.S. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. The average investor is missing out on over 99% of the investment opportunity that's happening in this beautiful country until now. True portfolio strength is found beyond the confines of the S&P 500, investing in promising companies before they go public. Private real estate, infrastructure, world-changing technologies. This is called the endowment model. The endowment model has historically outperformed the traditional model of just stocks and bonds. If you're an accredited investor and want more from your investments, it's time to think beyond just stocks and bonds. Call Trajan today, 256-202-4200. That's 256-202-4200.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of Jacob Title. Stan, I've heard that every real estate closing at Jacob Title is a very big deal. Why is that?
Wes, I'm reminded of a very impactful statement that I heard from Coach Gene Stallings years ago when he talked about big games and little games. He said he didn't like that comparison. He says, because try losing one of those little games. And if you ever do, it ends up being the biggest game all year long. Well, it's the same thing with real estate closings. Every game, every closing is a very big deal at Jacob Title. Because when it's your closing and your contract on the line, it's a very big deal, and we understand that at Jacob Title.
So it sounds like whether your client is a first-time residential buyer or a multi-million-dollar investor, they can expect your A game.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, when you bring your real estate closing to us at Jacob Title, we understand it's all about trust and confidence. And when Stan McDonald tells you that a chicken dips snuff, you can look under his wing for the box.
And like Beebs likes to say, there's no doubt about it.
Would you call a plumber for a root canal? The same goes for selling your timberland or farm. Choose someone who understands your property and can help you on the front end so you can capitalize on the back end. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction. As a guide, I have put many hunters in position to take a shot. It's time for you to take your shot. Let's talk about putting you in position to sell your property. Call me at 256-609-0512. Remember, Bo knows land.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
From 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Let's party!
You're a mean one. You really are a hero. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel.
Phone lines remain open to you. 256-576-4977. We do have Monday Night Football also happening tonight, as it is Colts and 49ers. Kickoff is going to be at 7:15. And you'll be able to listen to all of that on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. If you go to my Instagram feed at Joe Hunk, I just posted a video. And for people that don't realize how much work an arena crew has to do to get the arena prepared for a basketball game like Alabama played last night against Kennesaw State, go and watch it, because the Havoc played on Thursday and Friday. Teams were in town and doing a shoot around like on Saturday and a little bit on Sunday. And watch and see how much effort has to go into flipping the arena from a hockey venue to a basketball venue to get ready for a game like what they did yesterday. The VBC did a great job of putting a time-lapse video together, and it is awesome to see. I've done multiple flips like this. I've done multiple flips, like one in which where a game was happening at like 11 a.m. and then they had another game that night. No. Like I've done those. Sheesh. I've done 3 games in 3 days where it was like basketball, hockey, and football all at the same time. And those arena crews work a ton, and they will work overnight just to get this stuff ready. No. So yeah, go to my Instagram feed at Joe Hunk and just watch it right there in my stories, because that kind of gives you an idea of how hard these arena crews work.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We hop into the phone lines. You guys can as well. 256-576-97.7. We got Brandon on with us. Brandon, how you doing, sir?
Well, I couldn't let it pass without saying it was a year ago today that the Tennessee Vols decided to come out with their shirts off in 25-degree weather and left with a 25-point bubble.
That they did.
Yes, they did. They were a little bit chilly. I would say halfway through the game, they were probably feeling the cold.
Just had been Fat Phil out there running around without a shirt on. Drew might have Elvis the TV and tell him what else he would have done. I also wonder if he's eating Big Mike's Steakhouse while he's down there.
I don't know where they're going to eat.
We'll have to ask him.
I mean, I have no idea, because, I mean, he said that he had always planned on being there until Monday, so I'm sure that they're going to have something. But, yeah, it was he's getting to spend a little bit of time down there. He needs to eat there if he hasn't.
Well, I wonder if he's going to run over and get us some pictures of the Mike Price suite at the Crown Plaza over in Pensacola.
I think that's roped off now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
roped off.
Yeah, they don't let people come take pictures. Way too much of a tourist attraction. They don't do that.
Artie's Angels, kind of like Charlie's Angels, only they get you fired.
Yeah, they do. They will get you fired quickly before you can even coach a football game or even go through spring practice.
So this is probably y'all's last show of the year. So the two of you, what would you say was your worst score prediction of the year?
Oh, golly.
Oh, God, I remember the game too, because I remember saying, I think it was actually Indiana, wasn't it? I want to say one of mine was against Indiana. And I mean, it was just absolute boat racing.
I think that so we had a lot of the wacky underdog picks throughout the year.
Yeah, I didn't even make one this past week.
But there were a few that were really bad. I think it was Was it Illinois versus
No, it was
Iowa State?
No, it was. I think it was.
I think it was Iowa State like destroying Illinois. I think that was the game, possibly, because I remember you were going the opposite way of it, and then they got destroyed. I'm trying to think of mine. I've had some terrible ones, but I never.
Yeah,
we didn't predict those games.
No, mine was Indiana, Illinois, because Indiana won against Illinois 63-10.
Oh,
and I remember it was just absolutely boat racing from the kickoff. Yeah, I remember that now because at the time Illinois was ranked 9th in the country.
I'm still trying to think.
Well, I think I picked a game against Mars Hill Bible, just kind of hoping to cover, and it was not even funny.
Yeah. That happens quite a bit though in the wacky underdog picks. I can't hold you against.
That's why they're wacky.
It's similar to like getting into a conference championship game. I can't hold you against getting blown out, brother.
That was just, I kept thinking somebody was going to give them a game at some point.
Yeah.
And they got a little bit of one in that state championship game, but that was what it took.
Mm-hmm.
And did y'all see the Duncanville, and I think it was at South Shore or whatever in Texas? They met the last 6 years.
No, say that again. You broke up.
Duncanville out of Texas, and I can't remember if it's South Shore.
I think it was North Shore.
North Shore, okay. Yeah. They have met in the state championship in that state for the last 6 years in a row.
Jeez.
And every one of those games probably was played in front of like 80,000 people.
Yeah, they had 40,000 people at a state championship game. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no, Texas is just built differently. Yeah. Like we joke about, hey guys, can we just put the Super 7 like in a smaller venue? Like, can we do it at Joe Davis? Can we, do it something like that? Like Milton Frank? Can we put it somewhere smaller, just so the crowds look better? No, they have to put it in Jerry World because they will pack that stadium for a high school football game.
Well, here's the thing, though. Those are also some of the best football games you get in high school. They're low scoring. They're close. I mean, it's similar to like the Miami Texas A&M game. It's pretty interesting.
Well, to me, we had big crowds at the Dome in Atlanta when they played them on the weekend. When it was Friday and Saturday, big crowds. Texas does a lot of that. They put it in their stadium on the weekend. So the playing it during the week makes it a little tough on people.
Oh, absolutely.
You got a lot of working people.
Dude, I'm telling you this.
Crowds, you gotta...
Look, last night, for instance, the wife and I went to Coleman for whatever that Coleman Christmas.
You did?
Hanukkah. Yeah, we went
to huge.
No, it's huge. Man, we got home last night at like 9:00. And that was us looking at the wife going, hey, look, we have got to go. Like, I know we could probably stay here for 2 more hours. We have got to go. I woke up this morning and I'm just going, oh my God, I really just don't. Can I do the show from here? Like, I don't even want to move. Like, that's all it was. And that was going to a Christmas event one time. You're talking about driving to Dallas for a state championship game in the middle of the week and then having to drive back home to go to work. No, like that would be, again, that's why these things should happen on Friday and Saturday. But Alabama is, no, we can't have these games then because then it's going to interfere with the games that are actually being played on Saturday and blah, blah, blah.
And I don't think some people realize it, like the big draw game, the Buford versus Carrollton.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on a bad day, it's 2.5 hours from Buford to the Dome.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's only an hour and a half drive. It's 2 hours from Carrollton on a bad day. You can get in from the Carrollton side a little easier. But the traffic down there can be a nightmare. Dallas traffic ain't got nothing on Atlanta traffic on no day. And that's why I just feel like when they do it during the week, the only people who are really going to get to come are the people who have got very flexible jobs and the students.
Oh, absolutely.
You're not going to get these monster crowds.
No, and I think that is where you're doing a disservice as well, because I think if you had the Super 7 and you did it on a Saturday and Sunday, or, I think that you would get a much better crowd, especially when it's happening in Birmingham, as part of the rotation. Like if you had it in Birmingham, then you're going to get a much bigger crowd than what you'll normally get because it's a weekend.
Well, the question is going to be, when are they going to put a big enough stadium for Huntsville to be in the rotation?
Mm.
They honestly should, and I think that it would be smart for you to move it to Huntsville. Now it's the only football we'd be seeing in November in Huntsville, but it is also one. Look, it's true.
Pranked.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We get to the second round, and I mean, we're ready to just go ahead and dogpile.
Yep.
I think that's also part of the issue is that majority of the teams are in Birmingham and South Alabama. So having it in Mobile, having it in Birmingham is smarter. Until Huntsville can get better at high school football, there's no reason to. Now, from a standpoint of us being able to host the event, being able to make it an event that people would enjoy going to, look, the Huntsville Sports Commission would make it an amazing event. Look again what they did on yesterday afternoon with the Alabama-Kennesaw State game.
Yep.
That's not the question. The problem is we don't have enough representatives for us to even do it. It's like sending Alabama and Georgia to the Rose Bowl to play in the national championship game. It's in California, man. These are SEC teams. Let's keep them here.
Even Alabama and Indiana.
I mean, Indiana wants to go. I mean, it is Big Ten. But
I know people going to the Rose Bowl, and they're going for the game, but they're not excited about it. Every time I hear Curb Street, we ought to play it out here every year. I want somebody to scream, the place is a dump.
It is.
It's got a nice backdrop, but the place is a dump. The access to it's terrible, and everything is way overblown expensive.
I want to hear somebody that's not a Big Ten or Pac-12 person say that the game needs to be played there.
I mean, I could go. I could go to the Rose Bowl, but I don't want to.
No, I mean,
I don't want to go out there and spend that money to go to that place.
No, when we went for the national championship in 2009, we had to stay in LA. You then had to drive and you have to, go through and try to get there, which takes forever because you're dealing with 2-lane roads. I mean, these are all neighborhood streets that you're having to drive through.
Yep.
And then you got to find parking, which again, we parked on the golf course that was right beside the stadium, but there's nothing else for you to do. We thought about this. When we parked, we looked around and was like, man, we're hungry. I wonder if there's a restaurant somewhere by. They're like, well, there's a bar downtown Pasadena. And well, how far is that? That's about 3 miles. I'm not going to pull out from where I am and drive over there. I thought you meant within walking distance.
I mean, they got to have food trucks.
They didn't have food trucks.
No, there's no food trucks around the venue?
They didn't back then.
Oh, geez.
No, that's, then again, you pay asinine amount of money to eat there.
You need to become a friend with somebody who lives around that area then so you can just crash at their place and eat their food and then you just walk to the stadium.
I mean, that's easy enough. Hey, everybody that's watching on WZZN TV in Pasadena, just if you want a new friend, absolutely. Just I'll need to use your place once every 5 years, maybe 15 because I'm an Auburn fan.
Maybe never.
And maybe never again. 13 was last time we were out there.
Joe, talk to me about the exodus of players for Auburn. Are they just wanting too much money, or are they just not compatible with Alex Golish's system?
I just think he is being honest with them about what their future is with the program. Again, over the weekend you saw what's his name from the Stanford quarterback. He entered the transfer portal, and
Daniels.
Yeah, that's it. I knew something like that.
Yeah, he was here for 1 year.
Yeah, he was only here for 1 year, and he shouldn't have been here for that. Ashton Daniels was like, hey, I know that I wanted to stick around, but, it's best for me to enter the transfer portal. I think that Golish was honest with him. Hey, look, man, I'm most likely going to bring in another quarterback from the transfer portal. And he's probably knowing which one he's going to bring in.
Yep.
He's like, we already have Deuce Knight. I'm wanting to keep him because we know he is the future. And in keeping Deuce Knight, you're most likely also going to stay on Cam's good side to keep Cam there as well. And you at best right now you're going to be coming in this spring and you're going to be maybe the third, depending on how many quarterbacks we bring in through the portal. You may be third. So he's like, all right, I get it. I see it. All right, fine. That's great. Now, some guys may be just going to the portal because they're wanting to see what their value is and they may want to come back. But, Ashton Daniels, Jackson Arnold, those guys, they had no future with the program. So I think he was just sending them down and being honest with what their future would be. He's like, hey, I'd love to keep you. If you want to be here because you want to be an Auburn Tiger, great. But if it's about playing time, we need to have a talk.
Is Cam Coleman Auburn Tiger when the portal closes?
Yes.
I also think so.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Golish and the style of offense that Golish had at Tennessee is very appealing to wide receivers, which is the reason why Tennessee had the wide receivers they had when Golish was there. And I think that is one that I think that you'll actually get wide receivers that will come to Auburn And I mean, I know that you're most likely, if he hasn't entered yet, like Malcolm Simmons, I believe is going to transfer if he hasn't already entered the portal or said he's going to enter the portal. I think that you may actually get better receivers coming to Auburn because of the offense.
Yeah. And who knows what Byron Brown's going to do. Obviously, Alex Golish's former quarterback at USF. I mean, if he comes on over there, obviously there's already enough talent at the QB position. But you bring in Byron Brown, a lot of people are comparing him to like a Cam Newton type of dude.
Yeah, look, let's not, and I'll be honest with this, and I know that we're going into the new year. The only reason I was down on Auburn through all of 2025 was because of the head coaching. Like, that was it. It's not the talent on the field. I mean, you bringing back Xavier Atkins, that's a big, big get for you. You know, bringing back Durkin, that's a huge thing. Like, depending on how this portal goes, Auburn could be one of the best teams in the SEC next year.
Well, have we seen our last Auburn head coach cry in halftime speech for the foreseeable 5 years?
Oh, Golish is not going to cry.
Let's hope to God.
If anything, he's going to rip your spine out of you and say you weren't using this anyway on the field, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it off of you. That's what Golish will do.
Stuff. I love it. Well, we live to hate the Red Russian. Roll Tide.
Good stuff.
I mean,
Brandon.
Straight fatality.
Appreciate
just
you, brother.
Pull it right out. Be like, you weren't using this. Don't worry about it.
We do need to hop into a break. When we come back, we're going to wish you guys the biggest Merry Christmas. The bisque. I'll wish you the biscuit. And then we'll take your phone calls
right
continuously.
Off into the sunset.
I mean, we're not done yet with all of this analysis, but there's so much to get into, man. It is not even funny. So if you want to change the conversation, talk about your team as they're moving forward, or just talk more about the Crimson Tide, you can. 256-576-97.7. Carson Beck beat an SEC team this weekend.
Hey,
yeah, no interceptions.
Joe Hunk, John Abraham. You can watch the Blitz live now on X at 97.7 ESPN.
The crimson and white jerseys.
Front court to the rack and the play.
The sound of a buzzer beater.
Got it to go as the buzzer sounds.
The Roll Tide chant from the crowd. It can only be Alabama basketball. Join the Alabama Crimson Tide right here on your home for Alabama basketball.
Listen to Alabama basketball all season long on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The holidays are here, and so is the holiday pizzazz at Loring & Company Fine Jewelers. At Loring & Company, they know this season is all about family, time, and meaningful connections. And when it comes to finding that perfect gift, they make it easy, enjoyable, and unforgettable. Step into a sparkling world of the world's most desired jewelry brands, all in one place. Their friendly, experienced staff is ready to help you discover something extraordinary. Whether you're shopping for a spouse, a parent, a child, or treating yourself to a little festive shine, finding the right gift doesn't have to be stressful. At Loring & Company Fine Jewelers, it's a pleasure. They'll help you choose a piece that says exactly what you want it to say, beautifully. This holiday season, let the Loring family welcome you into theirs. Visit Loring & Company Fine Jewelers at 800 Airport Road in Huntsville and shop anytime at loringjewelers.com. Add a little holiday pizzazz to your celebrations at Loring & Company Fine Jewelers.
Injured in a car accident? Get the help you need. I'm Morris Lilienthal, a personal injury lawyer right here in Huntsville. I've personally helped over 4,000 clients with their injury claims. My firm, Martinson & Beeson, has been helping clients for over 80 years, and we have received over 300 five-star Google reviews. We know that injuries and accidents can be life-changing, and I'm here to help you navigate the entire process. Get in touch with me right now by visiting morristheattorney.com. There's no charge for our meeting. Again, that's morristheattorney.com. I look forward to helping you.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by the lawyer.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
The state's largest orthopedic group is growing to meet the needs of the patients in our community.
The Orthopedic Center has long been the most trusted name in orthopedics in North Alabama. So as our area continues on the fast track, so does the need for premier orthopedic care anywhere and anytime you need it. TOC is proud to announce the opening of our new locations in Albertville and Hampton Cove, along with the grand opening of our newest office in Decatur. These clinics will offer the same high-quality orthopedic care you have come to associate with TOC, with the convenience of being closer to home. As a patient, your time is your most precious asset, and we recognize that at TOC. That's why we are also proud to announce the opening of our urgent ortho clinics to handle those bumps and bruises that need prompt attention. These clinics are available to care for acute orthopedic injuries with no appointment necessary. With 38 physicians, 20 centers of excellence, and now more than a dozen locations to serve you, TOC will continue to be the name you turn to for the best orthopedic care at the right time. Visit our website at visittoc.com for more information. TOC, helping you live a better life.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com. Eagle Masonry and Installation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement. It's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
Talking ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
I'm the Grinch, Cindy Lou Who. I live in Who, Phil, who is you? I got a dog, his name is Max. Coffee my cook, that is a fact.
This movie's underrated, man.
Haven't watched it yet.
It is. We've probably watched it 322 times in the last month.
You know what?
My daughter will literally walk in and go, put the Grinch on. We will finish it and then rewind it for her.
Better than the original Grinch?
Like the original cartoon that was like in the 50s?
Yeah. No, I mean the Jim Carrey Grinch.
The Jim Carrey version is a little bit darker.
Yeah.
Like it's a little bit, again, it was the early 2000s.
The
like
cars look sick in that movie.
Oh, no, those little buggy thingies. Like it was,
Yeah, they were old-fashioned like Beatles.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Though it was darker. I like this one because it's more, the story's a little bit different, although it keeps kind of to the same thing. And him bringing the presents back isn't the end of the movie.
Gotcha.
Like there's other stuff after it.
Okay.
But Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch is the Grinch in this.
Okay.
And so it's also his cave is, I'm jealous of how awesome his cave is.
Okay. It's a cartoon, so it's like, I mean, don't worry.
His cave is like, I want to build it on Minecraft. Like it's an awesome
there you
cave.
go. Now that's something we
It's
can
an
do,
awesome
Joe.
cave.
I've been playing Minecraft recently too, man.
Man, my little man's been here all day, all morning, and I guarantee you that's what he's doing over there.
I gotta
He's
see
building
some of his
Minecraft.
creations.
He's gotten to the point where he will watch YouTube videos of people building stuff, and then he'll do the same thing, and that's how he learns. So like he'll walk in and have all this stuff built, and I'm going, "You're 7."
Craziest thing he's ever made on Minecraft.
He built Spider-Man about a week ago, and then just a few days ago, he built like 6 different types of skeleton giants.
Okay,
like
it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So the what about you? What's the best thing you've made? What's
See, I've built a few. Like I build houses.
Yeah, same.
So like I built like a small house. I built a castle. I've built. I'm building a underground like bunker. I built. I tried building one in water. I also didn't realize that there's a thing called a sponge. I have no clue how to make it, but it really would have helped me when I was trying to do this.
I think you got to find them in the ocean.
Yeah, I think you do have to find them.
Yeah.
Like those sort of things. Like I've built that sort of stuff.
Okay.
I've built like little cities underground. Like I do like enjoy doing that.
That's pretty cool. Actually, I've never thought about a city underground. Like, do you clear it all out?
Oh yeah, like I'll basically just clear out the entire space. And sometimes I use some of the blocks to build like the landscape and build around it. So yeah, that's kind of the things that I've done.
Real quick, the cool thing that I like to do in Minecraft is just make football stadiums.
So Brody asked me about that.
Yeah.
And he asked me about this and he was like, have you built a football stadium yet? And I was like, no, I didn't know that was
the coolest
thing.
thing to make in Minecraft.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a deal. Like,
I made a dome, like a dome stadium a long time ago on my tablet. And then a little bit more recently, not in the last like decade probably, I made a stadium with my brother, and then I tried to make like a racetrack, like a half in the ocean, a half out. And it had like a big old grandstand and all that stuff. I just like making grandstands, dude. It's satisfying.
No, it absolutely is. Like building itself is extremely satisfying.
No
Also, people don't realize, or people that have heard me say this multiple times about what I do is my go-to game of choice all the time is what?
A Japanese baseball game.
Japanese baseball game. I've been playing it every single day since the game came out back in, I think last November is when it came out. And I went through the first season that I played and I was garbage. Like I barely even made the playoffs. I got swept in the first round. I was just horrible.
Yeah.
I've got it set for like live realistic speed. So if the pitcher is throwing 98 miles per hour, it looks like it's coming in at 98 miles per hour.
Okay.
It is, oh my heavens, intense. I'm trying to hit it. But I finished up my season this year. I finished up the 2025 season. I just wrapped it up.
Are you about to show me a video game on the stream?
So yeah, this is for WZZN TV.
I was thinking this is going to be something like a real baseball thing.
So this is going to be WZZN TV. Let me set the scene for you real fast. I make it to the Japan series. I'm taking on the Fighters, which is the team Shohei Ohtani played for before coming over to America. Game 1, 2, and 3, the Fighters absolutely destroyed me. Like, I mean, I had the best pitching in the league, and they were beating me like 6-0, 5-0. I think my closest game was 2-0. So I go into the fourth game going, look, I just want to just have one game. Just give me one. I'm up 2-0, or I'm down 2-0 in the ninth. I score a run in the ninth, and then hit a game-tying home run. And then hit a game-winning home run in extra innings. And dude, I'm like, it's midnight. I'm like, yeah, that's like, I was pumped.
You finally had the time to play it.
Finally had time to play it. I then go on a 3-game winning streak, and now we are in Game 7 of the Nippon series in the Japan. I am winning 10-6 going into the ninth inning. They get 2 runners on, and the tying run is on deck. Is what's happening. Now, I'm only showing this because if this would have happened in a real World Series game, this would be considered one of the greatest things to ever happen. Now, John is kind of jumping the gun showing this over here, but here is how it is, because their second comes up to bat. You can hear it kind of on WBC TV. And so there's 2 runners on, 2 outs, and this is their number 2 hitter. Now John's trying to look at this. Watch this play. That was the win the championship.
It's clutch. You Japanese really know how to play baseball.
For people that are not watching WCC TV and you're driving around going, what the heck am I listening to right now? Okay. The Reyes hits a hard ground ball into the hole. My shortstop dives in the hole, makes the stab, gets up and throws him out at first base to win the series.
It's like a clutch Derek Jeter type
like
of
it
play.
was, if that would happen in real life, that would be considered one of the most clutch plays to ever happen in a World Series game.
Good thing video games don't have emotions.
Oh, I did though.
Because the moment might have passed you.
I was getting nervous because at the beginning of that game, I was up 6-0. But this is, like I said, the best offense in MPB. And so they just start coming back. I pulled my starter in like the third inning. I said, nope. I'd already moved all my starters to the bullpen. I said, nope, we're not doing this. I am throwing all my aces right here. I'm getting to it. And it was 10-6. And I'm just thinking, oh, they're about to hit one. And this is about to be garbage. I'm about to lose game 7 of this thing after playing 180 baseball games throughout the last 8 months. And I'm about to lose in game 7. And that's how I won. Right. I was proud of that because last year I could barely even make contact.
Mm-hmm. I'm proud of you as well, Joe.
We can fire it up back there. I've got the PlayStation going right now, as a matter of fact.
We might have to. I also, I need to let you know this. The Tennessee Mutts leading I think it's the Bingus division in hockey, officially made the playoffs.
See?
And we're playing the Ducks to start off the whole thing. Yeah,
so
Anaheim's going to get blasted, my dude.
So, John, I hope you have an amazing Christmas.
Thank
I know we're wrapping everything up. This is going to be our last show. I don't know when the next one is. I just know that it's coming up maybe next week, maybe in 2 weeks. Not sure.
We'll try and figure something out.
And so, hope you have a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody and all of our listeners have an absolutely a Merry Christmas as well. And the big thing is never take these for granted, because getting and having family gatherings together and being able to spend time with the people that you love, like there's going to be a point in time where you're going to be sitting around and you're going to forget to cherish it, and then it's going to be gone. With my family this year, our Christmas is going to be very different because of things that are out of our control, which I cannot talk about right now, but one day I will. And just know that there's going to be a lot of times where you think you have plenty of time to make sure that you're going to be around loved ones, but make sure that you're always telling them that you love them. Make sure that you're always enjoying that Christmas time together or Thanksgiving, and just hope you have an amazing Christmas, and we will see you back after Christmas.
No doubt. Joe,
yes,
I hope you have a very Merry Christmas as well. I love you. It's been a great time just knocking out this year with you all on top of that. And look forward to doing it again, bro.
Absolutely.
We'll see you guys next time. Looking forward to Tom Abraham, Rich Eisen coming up next.
And I mean this. Bye, I love you.
Hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions. It all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction.